Okay.
We have to remember to do a picture of the whole group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see the demo.
Yay!
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm running demos today, but I mean, this I think we should do it like freestyle. So anybody wants to start? And also, Joseph shared a video about OGP and refactor.
Oh. Yeah, I can share it. I can share my screen, but if anybody wants to go first, then you can do it, and then I can share it after.
I think Julia should go first. if you want to. No, I was just thinking, just with your like with the design and whatnot. I don't know if you wanted to. It might be nice to run through that.
Actually,
Yay, Julia.
Today it would be nice if you all presented something. I mean, if it's possible.
Yep.
Oh, you're on mute, Julia, in case you didn't realize.
There we go. It's like that point where like no one knows, do we talk? It's like the more seconds that go, it's like, oh my God, it's way too late to talk. Oh, nice.
Wow, that's so cool.
By the way, Julia, I'm not sure if I asked in our previous meet, this image, did you find it somewhere? Did you make it? I don't remember.
Sorry?
I don't remember if I asked you in our previous weekly sync. I really like this image of the lady with the shopping cart. Did you find it somewhere? Did you make it?
Yeah, I'm using Canva for this. And I have this subscription, and so we can use this, all the illustrations for free.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, I will show you the app, how it looks. Me and Becky, we were responsible for the design, and afterwards I want to show the code with how to import the Tailwind for it. For the design, we chose Tailwind CSS. This is the home view. I will create a list now. This is the style for the first view. It's the items list view. I will add an item, which brings us to the next view. I will go with the apple for soon. And a banana for kind of soon, to show the different stylings, and coffee for not soon. Going back to the list, we have these 3 items in it, and there are 3 different styles on each of them for soon, kind of soon, and not soon. And when you want to search the list, you go for apple, for example, then it will minimalize from all the items which have an A in it. And with the click here, you can delete it. These are the 3 views. And for the code, as I already said, we go with Tailwind CSS. This means that you can insert the code doing an inline style directly in the components. We did it quite for everything, but there is this suggestion then when you have multiple buttons, for example, which have the same styles, it would be better to have it in compromised in one class name, and so everyone applies on it. Because these mostly the buttons much code in it, so it would be too large for the component, and so it makes the component better to read. Therefore, we have these different button styles. For the colors, you can also do adjust the CSS variables, and these colors are responsible for the different background for the items, for soon, kind of soon, and not soon. It's important that you give it in front of the tailwind things. The root should be the first one, and to put the styles in the components, after components and before the utilities. Because would you give it after the utilities and you would apply a style for a particular button in the component, then it cannot be overwritten. So therefore, it's important to put all the style in the components. And when I now go to a button which have special styling than other buttons, for example, input, then this would have this input. Anything? No, sorry. Yeah, of course, I can't find something with ending now. Yeah, another input field, then you can insert it as well, and it would be overwritten from the standard style which I have for other buttons. And you can also use your own fonts or Google fonts, and you have to insert it in the Tailwind configuration. There we use the font family extension for the two styles I chose, the fonts, open source and later. And Becky did the box shadow for a better box shadow variation. Yes, this would be from my side.
Out of curiosity, have any of you used Tailwind before?
No.
Okay, so you just learned it in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, Luca posted a video instruction that I watched.
Yeah, but again, that's very impressive that you just picked up a framework, used it so well. I mean, you gave an amazing result. And this is a very important skill to be able to quickly pick up new frameworks, libraries. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, design is just wonderful. It's really, really professional. It's like it's an app that is downloaded from the App Store. You know, it's like.
Yeah, I mean, you guys should maybe publish it or something, or get a domain name and keep it. I mean, right now the only bad thing about it is the the ugly Netlify name. If you get a proper domain name, it would be really awesome. Yep, and Julia, thank you for explaining how you use the how you put the styles. I think you put them in the index CSS, and you explained that how they can be refactored so you don't have so many styles in the code. I agree that they would look nicer in the CSS file. Yep, so thank you very much. Do you have anything else to add? No, so thank you so much. Who wants to go next?
Hello, good evening.
Hi,
Hi.
I have a little problem right now. I'm on my phone and I'm not able to connect with my laptop, so I might not be able to just send. So if someone can help me also do that.
Okay, that's okay, Chamaka.
Yeah.
Yep, please.
Yeah, if anybody needs like a little preparation or something, I can show the Joseph's Loom recorded video, if that's okay.
Yep, thank you, Luca. That would be great.
Let me start sharing. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, hello, good evening, colleagues. I hope you had a wonderful week. This week, Chemical and I worked together. We fixed a number of bugs, and then we also added a new feature. And that feature is to add a custom model instead of relying on window alerts or window frames. So we also refactored the code by moving some of our functions from the component file to the utility file, from where we can import it to wherever they're needed. We also added Open Graph Protocol meta tags, and then we fixed 2 bugs. So basically, when we go to the app, you will notice that in the app we have a folder. In this folder, we have utility functions, where we have all our functions declared and we export them to wherever they're needed. And that was one of the things we did this week with Chemical. It was intended to clean up our component files to avoid congestion. It makes the app a little bit cleaner. And then secondly, we also add Open Graph Protocol meta tags to our index.html file. Now, when you go to the index.html file, you will notice we have a number of these meta tags. Okay. What exactly is the purpose of these meta tags? Well, its purpose is to ensure that your app is shareable on social media. I shared the link to our app on Slack. You can check it out if you want. But what we did is to make sure that once we share our app, it looks like this. If you want to learn more about Open Graph Protocol meta tags, you can go to this website here. It will explain a lot about what it is. So essentially the purpose of the Open Graph Protocol meta tag is to make sure that when we share our app, we have this information about the app, which somebody can read and make sense of. So you'll notice that after sharing, we have this title here. When you go to the index.html file, you will see this title here, you will see this description, and you will also see the link to this image. All this information has been added to the index.html file via the Open Graph Protocol meta tags. This is our title tag, your smart shopping companion. This is our description, which appeared in Slack after sharing the link to the website. And then this is the link to the image which appears beside the title and the description. So basically, if somebody shares the app on Twitter, on LinkedIn, or on Facebook, all this summary information about the app will be displayed alongside this image here. So that is the purpose of the Open Graph Protocol meta tag. Now we also added this meta tag for search engine, smart shopping app with this description here. And we also added a favicon so that it appears on the browser tab if somebody says it. So you can check out this favicon here, appearing alongside the title of the app, which is the TCL 19 Smart Shopping app.
Yes, Luca, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay, that video is supposed to be for 5 minutes. I was cut short. I hope my screen will not freeze. Let me try and share my screen.
Yes, it was yeah, it was very clear, and yeah, really amazing work. I didn't know much about the open source protocol. I did know a little bit about it, but yeah, really.
Yes, Luca, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, okay. My video was cut short. Essentially, besides adding the Open Graph Protocol meta tags, we also fixed a couple of bugs. Essentially, in our previous version of the app, when I'm entering a token, for example, that is a valid token, but when a user adds a space at the end of the token, or the user adds a space at the beginning of the token, essentially that token will be rejected. Because before this refactor, we were comparing, okay, we were searching for this token in the database exactly as it is. So we refactored our code so that we first of all remove the space which the user might add at the beginning of the token, or the user might add at the end of the token. So that when we search for this token, the app will not take it as non-existent. That is one of the bugs which we fixed this week. The code which we wrote, I'm sorry, when I open my Visual Studio Code, it tends to freeze my screen. So let me see whether I can go to GitHub and show you the code which we wrote on GitHub. So essentially, this is our home component. We have the submit token event handler here. So here we are first of all trimming the token which the user has entered by removing the leading and the trailing white space. So if this token here, if the user enters an empty string without entering any character, which is not an empty string, we display a model with this message here, please enter a token. Then, if the user enters this token and it is not an empty string, we start loading the spinning indicator, and then we query the database. But before we query the database, we need to remove any leading or trailing white spaces. So you'll notice that before this refactor, we were using the React Firebase hooks. But we realized for this particular case, in order to be able to only query the database after the user has finished entering the tokens, we should be using the Firebase native API instead of using the React Firebase hooks. So that was one of the bugs which we fixed. And then the second bug which we fixed was that we realized that, I don't know how this bug eluded us for quite some time. Essentially, in the previous version, each time you enter a character, the app will start querying the database. For example, if we have this 3-word character, if I enter the first character, the app will query the database. When I enter the second character, again, the app will query the database. That in itself is inefficient because I understand Firebase will charge you according to the number of requests you make to the cloud Firestore. So essentially, what we did was instead of using uh, the React Firebase hooks, which was initially here, we decided to move it in the event handler. It will only be queried after the user has submitted the token. So right now, we can only query the database after I finish entering the token, like that, and then press enter. So you will notice that this token does not exist. That says please try again or create a new list. Then the last thing which we implemented was the model. In the previous version of the app, we were relying on the window alert and the prompts to display an alert to the user. So we decided as a group that it is better to create a custom model instead of relying on window alerts. So we worked with Chomaka to create a custom alert. So right now, when I enter a token which doesn't exist, you'll notice this. In the previous version, we were relying on this window alert. Here, the token does not exist. Please try again or create a new list. So let me try and enter a valid token, and I go to. So I have a list here, only one item in it. And when I try to delete again, once again, instead of having an alert, we have this model which displays, and the user is prompted either to cancel the model or to delete the item from the shopping list. So basically, those are the things we worked on. To show you the code which we wrote, we wrote these model components. The first one was the confirm delete model. Here we are passing these props. So delete model, set so delete model, delete item from shopping list, and then item to delete. So we are rendering this model conditionally. If the user performs an action, say like deleting an item, this one here will be set to true, and this model will be displayed. Now, like we saw on the model, the user has an option to cancel the model, or the user has an option to proceed with the action. So we have these options here. So basically, these are the things we implemented this week with Shamaka. Unless you have a question, I'd like to stop there. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you, Joseph.
It's great. Actually, I noticed just one thing. Maybe like it is something to dig into later, but are there two models? Like one is for some like generic model and one is for like delete model or something?
Yes, we have two models. Okay, we decided to go with two models. We could have gone with one if we had time to think through.
Right.
Essentially, when somebody is deleting an item, the person has an option action. But the other model is just to display either an error message or to confirm that an action is successful. So that's why we have those two models. But I think when we think through, we can implement one model to make it usable in both cases.
Yeah, yeah. The generic stuff could be like abstracted into something and then like you could use it for like specific cases, like the confirm model or the delete model and that sort of thing. So yeah, it was really good. And then what I liked about what you were explaining was that you did not stick with this React Firebase library. So you were like thinking beyond that, that okay, if that library is not solving your problem, then you could switch to the native thing. So that adoption was really good.
Thank you. Is there any other question or comment?
I just wanted to add that I was surprised in a good way that you decided one of your optimizations would be adding metadata with the Open Graph protocol. This is a great example of making the app look professional. I mean, when I saw this, when you posted it in Slack, I was like, okay, now this is a professional app. It has metadata, great description. It would have great SEO. And the great thing is that adding metadata is something that's pretty easy to do. And many times we forget it. And it's also something that you can work in parallel with the other people. I mean, the rest of the team was working on design, you worked on this, and you didn't affect each other. So it was great thinking to split up like this, and you can work besides each other. And also that was a great bug catch, the one with the token with the spaces. And also while you were using the app, I noticed, some other nice details. For instance, there's a spinner while you're querying the database. That's something very subtle, but really helpful for the user. So they know something is happening, and it's great user experience. So thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you too.
Yeah, I completely agree on everything that was said. And I also love that you abstracted all this function in the utilities folder. And yeah, just like the refactoring of the app was really amazing, because all these apps that were used in multiple places, now you just export this function, and it's reusable. So it was great thought process from you all to do that.
Thank you, Luca.
This last couple of weeks proved that an app might seem simple on the outside, like, okay, it has just a few functions, but there are a lot of layers to it. You have to take care of so many stuff. And that's why programming is so complicated. Okay, so thank you. Anybody else want to present something?
I could share one thing, like in the last 2 weeks, like the code has been so much like rewritten and refactor, and that's so much good to see. Not only because of the design decisions that were taken in the last 2 weeks, but also like the improvements that, for example, Joseph was mentioning. So it means that refactoring is a very important part of like when you are a programmer, and then it starts very quickly. Like we have just been like 8 weeks or something into the program, and then already we see that okay, we need to improve it. We need to go back to some decisions that we took earlier, and we need to reevaluate or redesign things as we move on. So that sort of like proactive approach was also very good to see. And in addition, I like the design very much. Like it is so pleasing to eye, all the color combinations and everything. So yeah, that's really great.
Yeah, the app only has a few colors. That's what's good about it. It isn't all over the place. There's just shades of blue, green, a touch of yellow here and there.
It's like all my favorite colors are there. So like it's the best app.
That was probably the design decision. They're like, what's Mohammed's favorite colors? Okay, we're gonna do that, I'm sure. Yeah, I just wanted to throw in too as well. I really, I think that this all shows such good initiative of like with like the metadata and whatnot. That's something like Golfo was saying, that's something that's easy to do, but something that's so easy to also just say, oh, we don't need to do that. It's not necessary until like you really actually need it. And so just doing that and like taking that on is super impressive. And generally just really great overall for the app and the team. So great work, everyone.
Thank you all so much for your presentations. I think we're done with the demos. Everybody shared their insights, did presentations. Usually this is a part where, we encourage you for the next week, but this is the final week. So we will just congratulate you and
Yes.
wish you the best of luck with the rest of your career.
Thank you.
Really wonderful demos.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love how the app turned out, and it's fun because I was just on TCL 18's call, and their app looks completely different from yours, but it's also cool, and it's like every team brings their own personality to it. It's really fun.
Yeah, it would be really good to see like all cohorts apps what Alex has been like working on. So yeah, looking forward for that.
Yeah, for sure.
So now we move to retro, and okay, it's my turn for navigating through retro, if that's the word. But Luca, if I'm missing something or if I'm doing something, if I have to add something more, please just like interrupt and
Sure.
let me know. So you're seeing my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Refresh the page just to make sure.
Yeah, maybe we can take about 7 to 10 minutes if anybody wants to like add more things.
I'd like to add a couple more stuff, so I would love that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it. I thought everyone has written it, right? Yeah.
Almost done.
Now I feel like I'm taking a test and I should hurry because the time has run out. I just want to complete. I don't know. Is everybody else ready? I'm just completing my "What's next for you" card.
Sure, sure. Let's
Okay,
have a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, why don't we take a screenshot before we start the retro so that Andrew is in it as well?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, is everyone ready to do it?
Yep.
Should we stop the screen share so that we have it's all faces?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, should I do it? I'm gonna do it, or you can do it.
Do a countdown or something. Or, yeah.
All right, 1 or 3, 2, 1. One more.
Yeah, let's do another one.
more.
We're waiting or something.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Oh wait, are we not waving?
Oh,
God.
I don't know.
No, I missed it. I missed it. I missed
Turn
it.
your camera on.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Hello.
Yeah.
Turn your camera on.
Hello.
Oh, I think you're coming. You're coming on. Oh no. We can Photoshop a picture of you too.
There you go.
Julia can go on Canva and just put your picture on one of the squares.
I missed the picture. Screenshot.
Chiamaka, can you? Are you gonna turn on your camera?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's do it. So yeah,
There
let's do
Okay.
two. One, just maybe if you want to smile, and then the other one, a bit crazier one.
Okay.
Not the other way around.
First, the decent one.
The professional one.
3, 2, 1. Okay, and the second one, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I was a little surprised. I surprised myself.
All right, I think I got it.
Nice.
Can go back to retros now.
Yes, I'll share the screen.
Hey, Giselle.
Chiamaka was like, "Oh my god, I missed the screenshots. There's no redoing them at all."
I was waiting for that. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so maybe Joseph could start with what went well.
Okay, thank you, Mohammed. For the entire period of Collab Lab, what went well for me was the constant encouragement we keep getting from the mentors and the teamwork exhibited by the participants. It was really incredible. I loved that everybody was there to help in one way or another. It was incredible. I think it was an eye-opener for me. And also the hints people keep giving us on Slack on how to do job search, the opportunities people keep sharing for the 8 weeks really was a winner for me. I would like to thank all the mentors, Andrew and Stacy, for this incredible opportunity, and the entire Collab Lab community for making this a very welcoming space. Some of us are not privileged enough to have such kind of opportunities. You're making it possible for us. So I would like to thank you all for what you have done for us. We have learned a lot. I believe this will take our career forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. Next is Alex.
Okay. Yes, that was so nice, Joseph. To all the developers, you guys are phenomenal and wonderful, and I'm so incredibly proud of just your thoughtful work and your intentional programming. And I think you've really impressed us all, and definitely me, especially like as in kind of like my early days as like a junior software engineer. I just like see so much like such bright futures for you, and I can't wait until you also have like found your jobs on the other side as well. And then to our mentors, I really can't like thank you all enough for just like creating such this amazing dynamic between all of us. And I wrote here that it's really rare, I think, to have such genuine cohesion just right off the bat, just like really working together super well, and picking up the slack on if others need it, and then also just being able to work so well off of each other. I really appreciate all of your support over the past 8 weeks. And of course, to Andrew and Stacy as well, I so appreciate just this effort of creating this amazing, special and safe environment for everyone to really flourish and thrive while building their skills in web development. So just everything went well.
Awesome. Thanks, Alex. Next is Andrew. Is he still around?
Yeah, I'm here.
You're
Yep.
here. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so you did it. You built the app, and it looks great, and it's got all these thoughtful little extra touches that you didn't even have to do. So it's really amazing. I loved seeing the demo, and excellent job on that. And then, in the process of it, you over those last 8 weeks, you learned a bunch about collaboration and how to work as a team and how professional software teams work. So, check. We did it, right? So that's all the objectives I think were met, and I'll say more when we. Well, I guess I just see this mentor team is super stellar. I really love just watching how you all work together, and you're so encouraging, and such great feedback for this team of developers. So it's been really fun to watch.
Thank you, Andrew. It's so good to hear. Okay, next is me. So the collaboration in the team could be clearly seen improving as we progress through the program, and the decision taken by the team during the last 2 weeks to take the application to the next level is the highlight for me. And absolutely, like everyone helping each other, and mentors like Golfo, Luca, and Alex like jumping in to help the team whenever there was a need for it. It was very good to see. Next is Golfo.
Thank you. So I did more of a general appreciation for the whole program. Thank you, everybody. The people truly are the lifeblood of the Collab Lab, and it has been the greatest example of remote communication I have ever seen. I've never seen such an active Slack channel, and everybody communicating asynchronously or coordinating meetings. It's so great. All the processes were explained clearly, and no one was left in the dark. Thank you so much, mentors. It was so great collaborating with you. I learned a lot from all of you. You each have your unique style and brought your strengths to this group. You're great programmers. Why did the list just move? Did I move it, or did it just move? But I also liked Luca's organizational skills, Alex's presentation skills, and Mohammed's conversational skills. I mean, you all have great soft skills, but for some reason, these stood out from each of you. And finally, thank you so much, devs. It was a pleasure meeting you and working through your project together. You were also motivated and delivered great work each week. You worked great as a team, but your unique personalities and strengths shine through. Here, I'm not doing any individual appreciations because I said most of the stuff in the demos and in the previous demos. And also, I liked your answers. I asked you a question in the Slack channel about where do you see yourselves as front-end devs, if you're more design focused or programmer focused, and I really liked your answers. You have ambitions to learn more, but I assure you that even if you stay at the stage, I mean, not in terms of capability, but if you decide to focus on mostly design or mostly programming, you will still do great. So there's room for everybody. And in this team, you proved that you each have a diverse skill set and you fit together and delivered some great work. And I learned a lot of stuff reviewing your pull requests and debugging issues with you. Sometimes I jumped in to help you and I didn't have any idea of how to help you, but at least I wanted to help you. So in the end, we achieved something. And thank you, Collab Lab, Andrew, for taking a chance on me as a new mentor. I've never mentored anybody before. So thank you so much for taking this chance. And also thank you for picking out this team. I don't know how you did it, but you managed to pick a great team and everybody fits so well together. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Golfo. That was amazing. And I just realized that the list moved. So we should have started with appreciations, but it seemed like everybody went with this what went well because that was previously as the first list. So we would like continue with that. So the next one is Julia.
Yeah, the communication for the last 2 weeks went really well. We had great discussions about how we will go on for these 2 weeks and had many ideas, and we wrote everything down, so nothing will be forgotten. And everyone seemed very into it to pull down their whole effort into the last 2 weeks and be able to make a great presentation of our app today.
Thank you, Julia. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. Like we peaked at the right time, so it was really good to see. Like the last 2 weeks. Next one is Chiamaka.
Okay, adding the finishing touches to our app this past 2 weeks was exciting and a little challenging because none of us had used Tailwind CSS initially, but we were able to come together and choose a design, implement the design, refactor our code, and now we have a fully functional, accessible, and beautiful app. So that also went well. Thank you.
Indeed, we have that. That's really it's a really good application. Thank you. Next one is Luca.
Oh yeah, I just asked in the chat. Are we doing appreciations first or what went well?
What went well? Let's continue with that.
Okay, yeah, sure. So yeah, firstly, I'm just really amazed how well you managed and organized your work these past 2 weeks. The whole life cycle of creating issues, writing like very structured code base, and also creating great PRs. It was like your second nature, you know. So yeah, I'm really amazed with that. You all were so helpful to support to each other and to stay humble and just be like amazing teammates to each other. You also took the design process to the next level by creating these Figma files and then sharing the screenshots and voting on them as to like what would be the best look for everyone. So yeah, that was something that really inspired me, and yeah, just wonderful work, everyone.
Thank you, Luca. Next one is Becky.
Yes, so I wanted to say, yeah, the last 2 weeks, yeah, were a little different because we were working on the styling rather than the functionality. But I think we did a really good job of sort of designing the process of doing that. And Julia did a great job of creating the actual designs for us. And then we were able to split the work out quite easily. And I think it flowed really well. And then learning Tailwind, I think we all kind of got to grips with that really well, and it was really sort of exciting to learn something new and yeah, see the outcome to life. So I think it, yeah, all in all it was great the last 2 weeks.
Great. Thank you, Becky. So now let's go to appreciation. So that is the first column. And maybe Joseph could start.
Thank you, Mohammed. First of all, I would like to start by thanking Andrew and Stacy for taking up this initiative. I believe it is changing people's lives immensely. I would like to give you my heartfelt appreciation. I would also like to thank the mentors for the incredible work you have done, Alex, Muhammad, Golf, and Luca, for always being there to encourage us, to give us guidance, for the stellar code reviews you have always written. It has guided us very well. Thank you. You have contributed immensely to that app which we see there. I would also like to thank my fellow participants, Julia, Shomak, and Becky, for being incredible partners for the entire period. I enjoyed your company. Possibly we continue collaborating in whatever way. I enjoyed our time together. And then finally, I would like to thank the entire Collab Lab community, mentors who are mentoring the other groups, plus the other participants. We are working like a community together in Slack. We are sharing opportunities. We are giving encouragement to each other. And I find that very incredible. So I would like to thank everybody in the Collab Lab community. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. It's 8 already. So shall we? Does somebody want to leave or something, or shall we? Is everyone okay with continuing? I'm okay with continuing.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay. So next is Alex.
Okay, I think I actually read appreciations first, so I'm gonna just go ahead and just say for my what went well, or my little card. So yeah, just over the course, more of like a broad general over the course of the last 8 weeks. So many things went well, team and individual collaboration, like between 2 people, and then across the whole team between like developers and mentors, like mentors and mentors, all so good. Creativity, people taking initiative, teaching everyone, learning in public, making mistakes in public and learning from that in a very humble and wonderful and not like egoic way. And just challenging each other and overall growing. I feel like we're looking at 4 developers who are totally different from who they are when they started 8 weeks ago, when we were just starting this project. So awesome work.
Yeah, awesome. Indeed, like the difference is visible, and it's great to see like the development. Next is Andrew, and I'm not sure like is it appreciations or what went well that Andrew?
Yeah, it would be what went well, I think, for Andrew.
Yeah, this is I don't know, like the list moved somewhere in between. So sorry for all of that.
That's okay.
I think it's appreciations for Andrew now.
Yeah, sure. I can read both real quick. So in terms of appreciation, I so appreciate this team. You all appear to really have bonded over the last 8 weeks. You are so thoughtful and encouraging to each other. Huge thank you to the Stellar Mentor Group for the time and devotion you've shown towards your group. And for what went well, you did it. You built the thing, and it looks great and has many little extra touches that make it truly a great app. In the process of building it, you learned about how to work as a software team that will serve you throughout your careers.
Absolutely. Thank you, Luca, for reading. I think so. From now onwards, it should be appreciation. So now we should be aligned. So yeah, next is me. Thank you so much to the team for putting the time and effort to create such a good functional application. Your hard work can be clearly seen from the end product. Thank you also for being proactive and collaborative and being part of the discussion to improve the workflow as we went through the app creation. As we witnessed, like we had this PR pull request and code review related discussion a few weeks ago, and then everybody was proactive and like participating in that discussion, like how could we improve it. So that was a very good example. And then thank you to my fellow mentors for being so helpful and being always present when I was unavailable and inactive, but you guys were always present and helping the team. So sorry. And thank you. And last but not the least, thank you to Andrew and Stacy for creating such a solid program for upcoming developers. And it's great being part of this program. Next is Golfo.
Oh, Golfo,
Is
I
she
think,
there?
can you try to mute and unmute again? Because I think we don't hear. No.
Golfo is unmute.
Oh, okay, so Mohammed, you can move on, and Golfo will do it next after.
Yeah. So next is Julia.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much to my colleagues, Becky, Mark, and Joseph. It was really great working experience which I had with you, and I learned so much from you. And thank you for your patience when I didn't understand things as quickly as you did. This really helped me a lot. And thanks a lot to all the mentors. You gave us great feedback and you were there for us whenever needed. This is something I really needed for my journey becoming a developer, and therefore I'm so happy to be able to give this back as an assistant mentor for Spring Cohort myself. And last but not least, I want to very much Andrew and Stacy, who made my dream come true for so many other people as well, to create a situation like the Collab Lab for people with a situation like me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Julia. And it's great to hear that you would be assistant mentor for upcoming cohorts. So that's really great. And you will learn a lot again. So it's really good, and best of luck already.
Thank you.
So next is Luca.
Okay, so Golfo, do you want to go next, or should I do it?
I don't know, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we can.
Great. Previously, Luna sat on the camera cable, and I'm getting a microphone from the camera, and that's probably why I got muted. Okay, so what went well for me is that we got to see your full potential in the last 2 weeks, developers, and you weren't constrained by the predefined issues, and we got to see the full range of your creativity. I mean, the first issues were okay to get you started, but they constrained you a bit, and at the couple of last weeks you could go full out with your creativity. You are so proactive with making new issues and great at estimating them. And what went well in the entire program is that all of you are transitioning into new technical careers. I think you're doing it pretty well, so that also went very well. Thank you.
Thank you, Golfo. So next is Luca.
Yep. Thanks, Mohammed. Yeah, so I want to say that I appreciate you all for being part of this program, first of all, and being so dedicated and putting so much time and energy and effort into it. And your teamwork was very special, I think. It was very, very strong, and you bounded super well. And just throughout the 8 weeks, your communication was also just, I don't know, it should be an example of every teamwork, I think. the way you communicated throughout this 8 weeks. So thank you so much for being great teammates and such a wonderful people. And I hope and I know that we will stay in touch after the Collab Lab as well. So also mentors, thank you so much for being here and being so supportive, encouraging, and helpful anytime during these 8 weeks. Yeah, I want to say that Alex, thank you for your energy and encouragement. Golfo, for your very strong technical skills and your great humor. Mohammed, your wisdom and very deep computer science knowledge that was always present in our team. And finally, I want to say thank you again for Andrew and Stacy for creating this program and providing so much support and dedication to the people who need it actually, and it really improves others' lives. So your contribution to the industry is just invaluable. I want to mention that. Thanks.
Thank you, Luca, and thank you for spearheading our team and like leading from the front. So that was really good, and thank you so much. Next is Chiamaka.
Okay. Thank you to my teammates, Becky, Joseph, and Julia, to the mentors and the organizers of Collab Lab. These past 8 weeks have been a learning process for me, a learning period. I've learned a lot, like a lot has changed within these past 8 weeks. I learned React rules, communication, working in an agile environment, code reviews, pair programming, and all of them are in-demand industry skills, and I'm really grateful to have passed through this and learned them. And right now, before this program, I was so like I didn't feel confident to even apply for jobs. Like I felt I was not ready. I felt like I won't fit in any group, any team. But hearing from the mentors and their experiences in their different job places and passing through this program has given me some level of confidence to really like start applying for jobs and face any interview with my whole heart. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chiamaka, and it's so good to hear that the program made such an impact in your professional career. So I'm sure like you would be able to find like a very good opportunity soon. Next is Becky.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, so thank you to Julia, Joseph, and Chimaka for such a brilliant 8 weeks. I've learned so much from every single one of you, and it's gone so quickly. So yeah, hopefully we can keep in touch afterwards as well. We've all worked so collaboratively together, and it's been such a great team to be a part of. And thank you to all the mentors for dedicating your time to helping us all in such a variety of ways. It's been sort of above and beyond what I expected, from fixing bugs, jumping onto Zoom calls, and the office hours, which have just been really great to discuss sort of career advice and all different sorts of topics on top of the coding side of things. Yeah, so I just really appreciate all the time you spent helping everything go so smoothly and helping us learn so much in such a short amount of time.
Thank you, Becky. And absolutely, I think so. We all should stay connected after the program ends. So yeah, let's try to figure that out, like how to stay connected.
I think
Next
we'll
week,
still, I think we'll still have our Slack channel as well. I think those don't go
yeah,
away.
yeah, I think so. And yeah, we could have all sort of discussions there about careers or like any questions, any interview related questions, or any conceptual related technical questions or anything.
Yep, and I'd love to hear everybody's progress. Like if you apply for a job, come tell us. I'm very curious about your whole job searching process.
Yeah, it would be amazing to hear all of that. So next we could move to what kept us from making progress. What could we do? What could we do better next? Not a sprint, but place whatever you place instead of sprint. Place whatever you find suitable. But yeah. So Alex, going to start.
Okay. Yeah. So kind of, yeah, weird to apply to this retro, but yeah, in terms of like not thinking about like not making progress, but like just remember to take this momentum and that you have right now after finishing this app and really starting and completing something from 100% start to finish. Take that momentum and continue building on it. So if you continue building on this app itself, you like clone it for yourself and then add on a bunch of different things, or just start on something completely different. Like you now have this experience of like knowing what it looks like to have this concept of something in your head of like what you want to build, and then really seeing it through to the end, and just keep doing that and over and over and over again. And that's it's only going to help you get to whatever goal you're wanting to achieve. And just keeping in mind that like right now, right at this very moment, it's really only the beginning for you. So keep that in mind and keep building and learning.
Thank you, Alex. Next is Chiamaka.
Okay, what could you do better next time? So I plan on really to keep on improving myself, both soft skills and technical skills, and to keep building on everything that I learned here, keep making myself better. Thank you.
Thank you, Chiamaka. Next is, I would go next. So you all did an amazing job in the last 2 weeks and took the initiative to improve the code and the UX. Nothing more could be asked. Well done. Next is Golfo.
So as a typical programmer, I just took something that somebody else made and incorporated it in my card. So I started writing, but then I saw what Luca and Mohammed said, and I agree 100%. And you all gave your best self these last 2 weeks, so you couldn't do anything better. I think it was great.
Thank you, Golfo. Next is Julia.
Yeah, even if these 2 weeks were a bit different than before, I think we did a great job and there was nothing that kept us from making a progress.
That's great to hear. Next is Luca.
Yeah, I cannot say anything here. These past 2 weeks, the amount of changes you made and the amount of improvement you did these past 2 weeks, I think it equals to the rest of the previous 6 weeks that the work. Yeah, I mean, it was just amazing to see like how much work you did these past 2 weeks. It was just the improvement was exponential. Like 1 week you did the work, and then the amount of improvement next week was like doubled or tripled or even more. So yeah, I think yeah, just nothing here to add.
Thank you, Luca. Yeah, it was like the last 2 weeks were the highlight of the program. So it was amazing to see the progress in the last 2 weeks. Next is Becky.
Yeah, so I think my comment was sort of the only thing I could think of really in terms of we merged our branches fairly late on before the syncs sort of last week in both, but like everyone has been saying, I think that's just because we were keen to get so much done and make the app as great as it could be. So I don't think that's particularly a negative, but just yeah, just a fact of how hard we were working.
Thank you, Becky. It was like going to production, sort of like a pressure.
Yeah.
So you had so much you had so much to do, and then like the deadline was coming. So yeah, you had that sort of an experience. And then the interesting thing. So everybody shares like what is next for them. So let's start with Alex.
Wow, that was so weird. Wait, 1 second. I think I maybe just anyway, I tried to respond to Joseph and I think my computer switched from French keyboard to English keyboard. So that was weird. Anyway, I'm glad, Joseph, that the tip about like starting and finishing side projects is working, and I'm excited to look at that side project. What's next for me? Aside from like working from my like day-to-day job, I am actually on the cusp of launching a brand new course for fellow early career developers and people along their own coding journeys, like what you developers are going through right now, and just basically kind of like sharing my own story and doing a little bit more of like being able to build our own unique brand so that companies are reaching out to us and taking notice of us, to like kind of like what I was talking about in one office hours of like flipping the script so that it is like more, you get to follow your own creative pursuits, and then that's what attracts people to you and like what makes people want you to work for them, that kind of thing. And then, yeah, I was thinking about it, and as a gift to, you know, this group, and just like out of like really appreciation for all that you've done, I'd love to share that initial course with you. It's an email course. It's a 6-week like email course, and each module is delivered over the course of the 6 weeks. And hopefully it'll help you like kind of map out your own journey and how you can plan to set yourself apart. And so once that's ready, I will definitely like send that information to you over Slack, and you just basically, I'll just like put your email in, and then you'll just be set to receive that course if that is interesting for you.
Wow, that's amazing, Alex. That's really, really amazing.
Oh, I'm really excited about it. I'll share the URL in the chat, but I think it could really help. Oh my
Yes,
God,
yes,
I just have to
please
get
do
to.
so.
Okay.
Yeah, awesome. That's great to hear. And absolutely, it would be helpful to so many people. So looking forward for that, and best of luck with it, because many people are like very cautious about like writing blogs and creating courses and making video tutorials and that sort of thing. So it's really like a very sort of like an adventurous thing that you are doing, and best of luck with that. Next is Kolpo.
Okay, thank you. So currently I'm working in a really great company with great people. This company delivers an open source multi-cloud management platform. That's very exciting. I love working for an open source company because I can share my code with the world. I didn't know much about cloud computing before. Now I'm starting to learn some terms, and it's really exciting. Multi-cloud is recently starting to become a thing. And I'm looking forward to how it will be in the future. Currently, I'm a front-end developer there, but slowly I transition in a developer relations role. I'm glad about that, but also a bit nervous because I can't really write. I'm not sure if I express myself correctly, but Alex was an inspiration to me because once I asked her, "You write really well. How do you do it?" And she said, "Oh, well, I had an English major." And I'm thinking that if Alex is an English major who became a programmer, I can be a programmer who can write better. So lately I've started picking up some grammar books. And so thank you, Alex.
Yeah, it's the other way around for you. But I think so, like Golfo, like I think so you would be successful in like I'm sure you would be successful in this relation role, because what I have seen, that you are good at explaining stuff and good at like telling what you are thinking and helping others. So best of luck. Next is Andrew.
Yeah, I can read it. So the Collab Lab has big plans for the coming few years, including Career Lab, which will start tonight, I think, at 11 p.m. Or 11 p.m. my time.
It starts in 40 minutes.
Yeah, and also writing an ebook aimed at convincing hiring managers to hire early career developers, partnering with companies to get them more comfortable hiring people like you. Wow, this is very, very
amazing.
exciting.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So next is Becky.
I'm hoping to look for a developer role probably later in this year or early in that meant to be 2022. So I'm hoping to take part in Career Lab, hopefully with the future cohorts closer to that time. And between now and then, I'd really love to build my portfolio, work on some new projects, and hopefully contribute to some open source projects as well. Now that I've got a bit more confidence, having worked on Collab Lab. So yeah, hopefully that all happens.
Thank you, Becky. I'm sure you would, with the knowledge that you already have, and then building your own portfolio and have working on additional projects, you will like create that sort of like a complete portfolio that would help you get a really good job. Next is Chiamaka.
So I think you are muted, Chiamaka.
Hello.
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So the next thing on my list is getting my first tech job. Like I think I'm a little bit ready, and so I'll take part in the career lab for the next 2 weeks. And I'm about to graduate from my boot camp too. And we are currently doing a final project. So I hope to thank you. I hope to put that use that project, the Collab Lab on. Like, there are other 2 ones that I will still need to touch up, bring all of them together and make up a portfolio website, and then I'll start applying seriously. Like, that one is another job that I really need to dedicate time to like applying, doing applications and interviews. Thank you.
Great to hear that. Thank you, Chiamaka. One thing I could add for all the team members, like we, at least what I have seen for myself when I'm applying for jobs or when I was like a bit inexperienced programmer, then I used to think like that I'm incompetent, or like I don't know much stuff, and there are people outside who know more stuff, and they would be probably like if I'm applying to this certain position, then I think that okay, there would be many other people who are more like suitable for that job, and they would get get that job. But what I have seen is that everyone, like what we also witness in this in our team, that everyone is unique and they bring something unique to the table. So it's not only about like your programming skills or technical skills that are seen in interview, but as a person also, because um, your day-to-day task is like being, if you're a nice person, then you're easy to collaborate with, and technically you could grow. Like if you're working on a certain technology or a certain language or a framework, then if you keep working on it, then in 6 months or a year you would grow to a certain like experience level. So for some companies, I would say that that's not a problem, that they could invest in developers who have good learning attitude towards thing. And if they are still not that much like technically sound enough, then they would still like employ that person. So never think, I would say, like, because if you think like negatively, then it already, like, if you are not sure about your skills, then it already like like portrays to the other person that okay, there is something lacking or missing. So I would say, like, show confidence in what you know, and hope for the best. So sooner or later, like, you will find this right match for yourself. So next, it's me. So I would be mostly spending the next couple of months with my 6 months old boy. And then I'm also, because currently I'm in Finland, so I'm also looking for a remote job that allows me to work from Pakistan, because I'm planning to, for the next few years at least, I'm planning to move to Pakistan because I have to take care of my family. So yeah, that is the situation that I want to create for myself, that I work from Pakistan. Next is Julia.
Yes. Yeah, for the next 2 months, I will work on 2 or 3 more big projects like this one and starting my portfolio. So by the end of April, I will start serious job hunting in Japan and so. And of course, the other colleagues, if you want me to take a look at something, not especially of the code because I'm not that good, but if you need something, I'm here, so you can show me your works if you want just anything to add. I'm here for you.
That's so nice to hear, and best of luck with your job hunting in Japan. That sounds so amazing. We would love to hear about like how does that go, and how is like tech uh, like companies and recruitment in Japan.
Very strict and conservative.
So thank you. Next is Luca.
Yeah, so I will be going back to the US for about a month and a half. So because of that, I won't be able to participate for the next cohort. Um, and it's kind of month and a half. It's like I'm not in the US and not in Europe, so I cannot participate in either of them. So it's kind of sad, but I also got another freelance project, and I'm going to be building an e-commerce website for one of the stores in New York. So I'm very excited to get started with that, and it's like a chocolate shop in NYC. So it's gonna be sweet work.
Okay, great. Best of luck, Luca. I think so. We are
Thank
done
you,
with
Mohammed.
retro, and we are half an hour above our allocated time. So, Luca, please, like take the initiative from here and stop sharing.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if anybody wants to say anything, please feel free to do it. And I don't know, I'm very sad, but I'm also like very excited for you to move forward and do more stuff. Julia, again, congratulations for like reuniting with Collab Lab as an assistant mentor. I'm very, very happy about that. And you will learn a lot. And please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, because I also did that. So I know the process. So please feel free to ask me any questions, or if you need any help during the program. And for Joseph, Becky, and Chiamaka, like as you mentioned, your confidence was increased, and you did an amazing job. Your technical skills and your soft skills are just wonderful all around, and I'm really, really sure, I'm 100% sure that you will get that job that you are looking for. And yeah, best of luck with everything else. And please, let's stay in touch. This channel is going to be there on Slack. So any questions in terms of like interviewing process, or if you need any feedback on your portfolio website or on your side projects, anything, we are there to give you feedback.
Absolutely.
Totally,
Yeah.
totally. Yay. I feel
Yeah.
like my face is so, I've been smiling for an hour and a half and I feel sore. Instead of my back spasming, it's my face.
So that retro was funny.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, but yeah, I agree. I'm so happy for everyone. I'm sad that this is like our last kind of official like meeting or sync, but I really feel like it's not like the end of anything. I feel like, yeah, we're always still going to be in the Slack, and like, yeah, there's anytime you have an interview and you want to just post it and be like, hey guys, send me some positive good vibes, like we would love to keep updated on what's going on with that. And yeah, you're awesome.
Yep, and I have a good feeling. I'm sure that in the next, let's say, maximum 6 months, you'll all be having jobs. So I'm absolutely positive, sure about that.
Yeah,
And I just
Go ahead.
want to say that I totally agree with what Mohammed said, that also when I was younger, I thought that I didn't get a job because I wasn't technically good enough. Then I discovered that my soft skills needed some improvement. That's much more important. So thank you.
Yeah, it's what I also have noticed. Like generally, the impression, like if I see like in social media and like collaborating with new developers, then the general impression is that it's a very like the job market for some people it seems like that it's a very intimidating sort of a place, and they have this impression that people are very strict in like recruiting. And I think so this like Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, sort of like Microsoft sort of company, they have created this impression because of the recruitment processes, that okay, it's going to be so intensive, so data structures, algorithms, 5 hours a day. But not every company is like that. So there are very laid back sort of companies there as well. and who are looking for mostly for soft skills and good people who are eager to learn what they are working with, and those sort of companies, it's easier to get started with, and then it's easier to also grow in those sort of companies.
Totally.
So, best of luck.
Yay! I feel like we could just keep going on and on. We're like, no!
Repeating ourselves. Let's look at the retro board again.
Yeah, everyone add another card.
It's like when you're talking with a friend and you say, you hang up, no, you hang up, and you're like,
Yeah. Well, I do have to jump, but I think
Maybe the longest
y'all
one.
do. Yeah.
It's the longest one.
All right. Well, bye everyone. We'll see you
Alright,
in the Slack.
bye, see you
Keep in
around.
For
touch.
everything.
Best of luck. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye, all.
Thank you very much.